We have been going for like 20 minutes, and I just did the biggest okay boomer in the history of my channel. We've been going, Starry and I have been going for how long now? For freaking 12 minutes. And I'm like, I didn't hit the start button on the other one.
Oh, God, that was so funny.
Jesus Christ, superstar. Hi, everybody.
Hello again.
I saw somebody, I was like reading the chat, and somebody's like, I'm going to hit the dislike button until they start the stream. I'm like, oh my fucking God. 12-hour drive, traveling. Dude, boomer. I should go home, put on some Birkenstocks, and talk about how great the 60s were and how they changed everybody, how we changed the world, and then I don't know, talk about Crosby, Stills, and Nash for like an hour. That's what I should do right now, for fuck's sake. Okay. And we don't have a ton of time because I got to go see my dear mother today.
Yeah.
So, starry-eyed girl, I would like, because I was just about to ask you this question anyway. How long have you been a Doctor Who fan?
I have been a Doctor Who fan for the past 15 years. So since it returned in 2005, yeah.
And did you go back after you watched the modern show? Did you go back and watch the classic era and get caught up? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Big Finish.
And Big Finish.
Yeah.
And you probably listened to more Big Finish than I have. I've dabbled. I would say I've listened to like 20 of them. There's so many. I have them all.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to keep up with. But Big Finish is fucking fantastic. So no matter what happens with Doctor Who, Nicholas Briggs is a international treasure. He's an international treasure for what he's done. It's the history behind Big Finish is quite interesting if you guys look into it, because it started kind of shady and it turned into something cool. I know. Thank you, Steven. I am too young to be a boomer. I am a Gen Xer who just did a lot of drugs. Okay, a lot. Jerry Garcia would blush how much acid I have dropped in my life. Thank you, Rosetta Allen. Okay, so the episode, we've been avoiding talking about it because it was boring. And this is what you're left with when you remove all the wokeness and agenda out of Doctor Who. Shitty sci-fi. Like really, really boring, bad sci-fi. Episode is a 3 out of 10, and it's probably the best Doctor Who episode. It's the least offensive.
Yeah.
There's only one scene, really, where Graham fires a dick and balls gun and it doesn't fire. And I have that. I have that screenshot of a dick and balls gun misfiring. So they had to get that in there. And let's try not to spam. That's the one no in my live stream chats. You can criticize me all you want. I don't care. No spamming though. Goes bye-bye. All right, so yeah, it was boring. Nikola Tesla is, well, I mean, everybody loves Tesla. A lot of people know that the Edison Tesla, the battle between those two and the injustices that were done to Nikola Tesla. But also, you have to realize, and they do talk about it in the episode, he did a lot of shit to himself. He was a bad businessman. This episode was very anti-capitalist for sure. I mean, without a doubt. They used this to. What did Jodie say in the beginning of the episode? There's more rich people. This was in 1800s New York. She said there's more rich people now than ever, and now there's more poor people now than ever. That's a dumb statement. There have always been a lot of poor people. There were more rich people. There certainly were. There hadn't been a billionaire yet.
Gary, can I just stop you there a minute? I've just realised most of this was set in New York. I thought the Doctor couldn't go back to New York.
You know what? You're right. Or was it a certain year? I'll have to look into that because it might have been just that year. Which was because that was God damn it. It was in the 30s.
Can't remember the date. Someone will know.
Yeah, because I forgot what it is now. It's like it's only the year. Okay, thank you, Stuart. Yeah,
Right,
that
okay.
year is like time locked or something. I forgot.
Okay.
David Tennant. I think. Listen, a lot of actors, George, will say they're anti-capitalist, but I will remind all the actors, even the ones in the BBC, Doctor Who personifies capitalism. Star Wars personifies capitalism. Star Trek personifies capitalism. These things would not exist without it. So sorry, everybody else who thinks that this kind of art would flourish in anything else other than a free market society. If that pisses people off, I'm sorry. That's a fact. That is a goddamn fact. Doctor Who flourished and got mega big. I'm sorry to say this, because America. It lasted a long time in your country. I loved it. It was great. You were the first fandom. I respect the hell out of Whovians, but it hit stratosphere when it hit here and the rest of the world. It wasn't just America. It was Australia. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, it was lovely to see, but it's sad now that it's lost it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, I don't want Doctor Who to ever cater to Americans. I don't want it to ever feature Americans, maybe as guest stars, but I don't want Americans on the crew. I don't want Americans directing it. I don't want Americans producing it. I don't want Americans financing it. I want it to be completely British. Don't get me wrong. It's a British show that needs to stay British forever, or it ceases being special. But the reason it hit the stratosphere and got so many kids in it, and a lot of kids got into this, which you could have then, if you didn't go so ultra goddamn woke and alienate all your audience, you can still get your messages across. I think we talked about this last week. I've talked about it in previous videos. You want to get your messages across. All you need is a talented writer to show it from an angle where you're not being preachy and at a concern. It's almost an empathy, and then you get your message across. But when you come across as like, I know better than you, I'm right, you're wrong, then people dip out, even people who might agree with you. So there. We will get to that. So the episode's boring as shit. It's what they have is the Skethra. They're a scavenger race, which is kind of what this show is. It's a scavenger. The season 12 is a scavenger season where they're just repurposing greater stuff written by greater people, men and women, to repurpose this show to try to salvage something. I asked you this when we weren't live. Where do you see it going?
Down the toilet. I just can't see it recovering from this, not with the ratings. I don't think this particular episode deserves low ratings, but I can't see it coming back after last week. I think it's just going to stay down. And like I was saying to you before, it's up against Dancing on Ice on ITV, which is popular anyway. And it's also got John Barrowman as one of the judges. I mean, I would tune into that, you know. We love John Barrowman. So yeah, I think it's just going to fade into obscurity.
Yeah.
But we've still got Big Finish and the Blu-rays coming out. So I think that will be how fandom survives. But as for Doctor on screen, I think it's going to take a few years to get rid of this nasty taste.
Yeah. And all their dreams and aspirations of possibly doing a movie, and that has been out there for quite some time. There's been directors attached, and that's not going to happen. And this is why a lot of the classic Doctors have come out for Jodie publicly, but it's never been an outcry. Where are the Neil Gaimans? Where are all the old? Where are like the top British writers? Should all be, I really want to write a female Doctor, and be begging to come on this show to write. And that's honestly, in my naivete, I thought that's what was going to happen. But instead, the opposites happened. The Doctors, the classic Doctors and companions, have been strangely silent, except for a couple. but strangely silent on this. And I'm going to Gallifrey 1 in February, so we'll get a lay of the land then. So
that will be interesting. Yeah.
It will be. It'll probably be a lot like when I went to Star Trek Las Vegas. I was expecting so much worse, and nothing happened. Nobody came up to me. Nobody said, I mean, all I got was handshakes, and people wanted to take pictures and stuff, which was surreal in itself. And I would rather just hang out and talk. As a matter of fact, I was talking to people so much, they were like, okay, I got to go now.
It's funny that you bring Star Trek up, because don't you get a similar feeling with Chibnall as you do with Kurtzman, that he's just employing, first of all, writers that are cheaper, but also inexperienced writers, just to make so he doesn't look like he doesn't know what he's doing. Because that's how I'm starting to see it.
That's absolutely what's happening. That's why you don't bring those writers in, so the head honcho can look like the smartest guy. Kurtzman's not going to be involved in. He's not going to be involved in Star Trek Discovery. The showrunner I read is, if this thing's timing out, folks. Sorry, I'm on a hotel connection, so there's not much I can do. The Heather Caden is pretty much running Star Trek Discovery now. So my insider has been telling me on Star Trek for about 2 or 3 days now that Kurtzman's like on his way out. I got to verify that before I would call that news. So right now we will just say that's a major rumor that they're actually Sherry Redstone doesn't like him. He is a Les Moonves guy. He's out. But he's going to go and do other things. He's still going to be executive producer, but as far as being creatively involved in any Star Trek, done. I don't think it's going to change anything, though. I don't think that changes a damn thing. With this one, we're getting a 13th season for sure. They've already started production. So as much as I would love for it to be reset, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to put it out there. I'm not going to give anybody hope that it doesn't really matter how far these ratings fall. They're staying. And in the words of Edison in this episode, the British don't know how to do business. Which is funny.
Well, BBC don't.
That's for sure. That's for sure. No, I love the Brit. By the way, I'll be out there in 4 months or 3 months now. So let's get into a little bit.
Looking forward to it.
It's going to be freaking great. I cannot wait. The tickets are really cheap right now, so I'm going to jump on that pretty soon. Let's get to the chat, but real quick, just general thoughts of the episode.
It was okay as a period drama. I'll get my analogy out again. This is the third time I've said it. It felt like a BBC period drama that had been recorded over a cheap sci-fi film, and then the sci-fi film kept bleeding through because the sci-fi elements just didn't tally up with what else was going on. I actually thought the monsters was going to be in the electricity, like in The Unquiet Dead with the gas monsters. That's where I thought it was going to go. But we got these scorpions instead. They looked okay, but why did they keep falling over each other?
So they would when they were running actors. That's the thing is you're trying. You cannot have both things. Okay. I'm just going to come out and say it. Jodie can't run. She runs like a duck. I start going quack, 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 because she runs like a duck. And they can't shoot her running. Have you noticed that they will not shoot her running at all? That's a big problem. What were the first words that Chris Eccleston spoke when they launched this series? Run!
But surely that would have been an important part of the audition process to make sure.
If they auditioned. I'm sure they auditioned a bunch of people that they had no intention on ever hiring. Chris Chibnall's like, I'm just going to get, my mate in here, and I can't get the first one, so we'll get the second one. I'm checking on the connection here. I don't know how good it is or not, but it's again, this is I had to do this anyway. I was going to kind of call it off, but why not? So let's get to Suma. So I thought it was boring. There was no there wasn't anything really PC and woke aside from the obligatory capitalism is bad. So I guess that's there. But it was just underlying. There wasn't any preachy that speech at the end of the last episode was just fucking terrible.
I know.
Just terrible. And, cringe. There was nothing like that.
No.
It's just
there were some nice scenes actually between. I mean, I'll never see her as a doctor, but to see her actually conversing with a white male and not pulling that face that she does was quite refreshing to see. But she's still not the doctor.
No. She did it with Edison, but she didn't do it with Tesla. And plus, Tesla was an immigrant. Oh, they also, the more I think about, the more messages there were. That somebody said, "Oh, you're not an American." He's all, "I'm an American citizen," which I'm sure people said to them back then. I'm sure, but we're ignoring all the other stuff. So I said this in the portion we weren't live. You set up this world where you went to the deep south, as they called it, and did the whole Rosa Parks thing. But now you have Ryan and Yaz and the doctor running around the 1800s in New York, and everything's fine. And she's running up to Edison, and he's listening to her, and the way she's dressed, they would just, what? And are these your servants with you? And that's the world you set up. So now, now we're cool. Okay, all right. That's the way it is. And just I look forward to my Bulls Trek was invited. He couldn't make it for a family thing. But Bulls Trek and I were the star of a Reddit thread that was how misogynist and racist are Bulls Trek and Nerdrotic. Not like if we are, it's how much. Okay. I haven't read the thread. There's no need to read the thread. I'm sure I know what it says. Yeah. Okay. All right. I just... I don't know this for a fact. I've been called an incel. It's like, I'm married. I have kids. One of my kids, my family isn't all white. So, okay, that's fine. And I shouldn't have to state that. And the hiring I've done, it's fine. Free speech is free speech. And they have the right to do that. I just came across it when YouTube, Reddit. Reddit. John Ellis Bush for $9.99 says, Gary just came here for your Rose review. Do you plan to go back and review any older Doctor Who episodes as a reminder of how the show used to be? John Ellis Bush, I do. I've done one a long time ago, and I will do more in the future. Absolutely. Maybe when the season is over, I can. But I want to give them proper reviews, not just me coming on a live stream. I will go make a video and I will break it down why I like it. Andrew Brown.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Any update on the join button for Apple users? Andrew Brown for $1.99. Silence, deafening silence. And Andrew, thank you for bringing that up. That's not for everybody. Apparently some Apple users can hit the join button and some can't. So I don't know what's going on. I will try to ask them again. And I have a ticket started and I can talk to somebody and I've got nothing. Rosetta, but thanks for asking. Rosetta Allen for $2. God bless your ditzy heart, Gary Guy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Pretty ditzy. I am. Cryonic for £10. Since I was 2, I was the biggest Doctor Who fan. David regenerating reached Avengers Endgame level hype across the UK. Now it's a political vehicle. Public presence is at an all-time low. I missed 2005 through 2009. I do too. And it was a big deal here when he regenerated. It was a huge deal. And that's when things were starting to really get big. They got big during the Matt Smith era, but it wasn't the 50th anniversary. It was Doctor Who being on Netflix. Doctor Who being on Netflix made it big here.
Well, it made the national news. David's regeneration was actually on the BBC News at 10, so it was such a huge deal. It was amazing.
Lucian for $2 says, I'm back. Thank you. And I saw you last night. I was up, this morning, doing a live stream on the fandom menace getting attacked by a $1 billion backed newspaper, which was rich, for lack of a better term. I love Scotch for $2. Thank you. I love Scotch. I appreciate it. He has no comment. He just says $2. Big Red Bullfrog for £2. Jody defeats the Ferengi Inquisition tonight. Yes, there is the Ferengi. That's good. Yes, there will be an Inquisition tonight. When I get back from my dear mother's, which I have to go to very soon. Scoodle Royale for £10. Multi-Doctor special idea. The 10th Doctor meets the 13th Doctor and is horrified that she will be his future. So he teams up with the 11th Doctor to stop the 12th Doctor from regenerating into her. I like that special a lot.
Yeah.
Somebody get on that.
Yeah.
Oh. It was anti-capitalist garbage, says Wario641, Czechoslovakian, $20. It was. You know what? I guess I'm a little hardened to the ultra wokeness in PC. So when we get a lower level of it, I'm like, when I go and watch it again to go do a review, I will probably notice a lot more shit. But I was just surprised. You know what, Wario? It was this. It wasn't less woke in the political department. It wasn't as degrading to men as the past. But the political messages were still there. You're right. Eric K for $4.99. Get a burrito on me. Eric, I had one last night. I had a Southern. Okay, so you guys might not know in the UK. San Diego is known for its Mexican food. It's the best in the country.
Right.
And you go to these little restaurants called Roberto's or Alberto's or Philly Berto's or George Berto's. They always end in Berto's. And they all serve the same shit. And it's this huge carne asada burrito that's like this big. You get it for $4. It's the food of the gods. It's so good. You get hot carrots and they're free. You get those for free.
Wow. Sounds amazing. You're making me hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry. Techno Babbler for $5. Deleted the show from the DVR last week. Deleted the show from the DVR last week. First time in 10 years I didn't record a new Doctor Who. Take that, ratings. Yeah. Thanks to my VPN, I was able to watch it on iPlayer. So what's the Surfshark? Use the VPN that Midnight's Edge. Be careful, though, with those. The reason I was offered that sponsorship and I turned it down because I know VPNs have been offering sponsorships to try to take channels down and stuff. So I'm just not going to do it. But I did use the one for Midnight's Edge and it worked. It worked great. So I was able to watch the iPlayer. I believe it's hit up Tom from Midnight's Edge on Twitter. He'll tell you which one they use. I'm pretty sure it was Surfshark. Felipe Abrigo for 5,000 Chilean dollars. Hi, Gary. Very sad about you thinking about your people supporting on The Expanse. Damn, Bezos. Damn those people. They ruin everything. Anyway, relax, man. Have a cigar. You're going to go far. You're going to fly high. You're never going to die. You're going to make it if you try. They're going to love you. I finished that out. I love Pink Floyd. Felipe, yes, I'm rethinking my support for The Expanse because of that article last night. Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post. The Washington Post basically spread a false narrative about the fandom menace, lumping us all as calling us all right-wing, misogynist, the same shit that we've heard for 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you right-wing, Starry-Eyed Girl? Are you right-wing misogynist?
I'm not either.
Neither am
I'm actually more on the left.
Yeah.
But they don't like that because I don't fit into the little boxes.
Yep. I will openly say the right are welcome here. You're not monsters like they say you are. That means my mom's a monster and my sister's a monster. It's like they're not.
I have a lot of right-wing friends.
Yeah.
I'm friends with a lot of different people. Doesn't bother me.
No, because we have so much more in common, and it's shit rags like the Washington Post that want to keep us divided and keep their narrative going. So they did mention kind of my good friend Stephen Walton's book. So good for them. And Jeff from Woke Cost Bullshitters comic book in a roundabout way. They didn't mention him by name, but it was a hit piece. It was garbage. I'll probably do a video. I want to when I get back, but the live stream is on Nerdrotic Live if you want to check it out. Nice to see the return of John Candy's character from Spaceballs on Doctor Who, even if they made the character female. Cracklin for $4.99. That's true. That's true. Problem being for $1, and welcome, Cracklin. Good to see you. Thank you for the $4.99. Tesla was a germaphobe, heroic being near Whitaker. Yeah. I didn't know he was a germaphobe, but I can believe it. I believe Tesla was on the spectrum for sure. I think Asperger or something like that. He was never in a relationship. He always focused on his work. He was terrible with business. I think there, some obsessive compulsive was definitely in play. Yeah. It's not that it's bad. My kid's on the spectrum. First and last for Australian $10. Gary, did you receive from Chris Persia the Doctor Who Rotten Tomatoes score? I did a screen capture when it was on. It hit. No, I didn't. Chris, did you DM? I know you're in here. Chris, did you DM me that on Twitter? I'll check it out. Unfortunately, I cannot make videos from here. I got to wait till I get home. So I can do live streams, but I can't do videos. I have standards. Obi-Wan, what's up? Obi-Wan 27883 $5. Gary, I love conversation with you. I will never try to peace out on you. Haha. I sent you the requested email last night too. Thank you. I will be in LA tomorrow. Rosetta Allen for $2. You are amazing. I love every time you're online. You're amazing. You're breathtaking, Rosetta. The Kelvington says spoiler for $1.99. Oh yeah, spoilers. I watched the British broadcast. Do you care? Yeah. Tesla gets screwed over by Edison.
Kelvington, there's nothing to spoil though. There's nothing to spoil. Nothing really happened.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even want to talk about the episode. Okay, spoiler alert. I'm going to show you this. Hang on. Let me get Grand's cock and ball gun. We'll get the cock and ball gun going. I know I did a screenshot of it. No, we're just going to have to open it up with this.
Okay.
Give me just a moment. I can't run the actual video because they would get very upset about that.
Yes.
But if you can see this, cock and ball gun. That is a cock and ball gun. So you can see the here. I'll give you a little PowerPoint presentation here. Where is the VLC?
Yeah, and of course they had to give it to Graham to hold.
You have two balls. You have a penis, and I mean it is a straight up penis. Now you're looking at a shot on it, and then he fires and it misfires like that. See, so you can see the penis part of it right there. Two balls, penis, and it misfires. Yeah, we didn't miss that shite at all.
No.
So F you, and we'll keep that up there. Let's everybody look at two misfiring cock and ball gun. I don't think Tesla invented that. Maybe that was his death ray. Yeah. The only thing I could say is that represents the show. It's got penis envy, and it's still shooting blanks.
Yeah.
Boom.
Love it.
Cracklin just upgraded his membership to Gandalf. Gandalf level will have a Hangout live stream next Saturday, 12 p.m. We'll be on Hangouts. You can come and talk to me. We can chat for as long as you like, and then we're going to put it on Nerdrotic Live. So there you go. Eric K. Gary, it is Garf half Gary, half dog. She is her own best friend. Wow. Eric, you're funny. San Jose, say hello to the night. Woke media knows nothing about right-wing people or the Phantom Menace. They just stereotype and attack what they don't understand. Jeffrey, you are correct. She was, what, the whole article, she talked about this research she did, Starry, and then she gets everything wrong.
Right.
So, yeah. So there we go. 200 Watt Studio watched Inferno yesterday, my favorite Third Doctor episode. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Is that my favorite? It's not my. It's top 5. Okay, so we're and Skell 1701 Australian $10. The Phantom Menace has become so big and influential that mainstream media see it as a credible threat to their agenda and will do everything to discredit it, they are lower than whale crap. Exactly. And
Yes.
Skell, they actually cited a BuzzFeed article as like credible in that. So first and last, Australian $10. TARDIS Zone official YouTube channel should also have it. I don't think anybody else took a screen capture. I may have been the first. Of the cock and balls. I did. I was going to post this on Twitter and I decided against it because I don't know, maybe I could get in trouble. But this is video. Let me see if I missed any more. We do have to. How much longer do we have to wait for Starry Eye Girl's own videos? The public wants to know.
What is that? Is that Chris Persia?
It is.
It is. Oh, he's a monkey. A little bit longer, Chris. I'm not there yet. Still practicing.
Yeah, you know what? That's part of the reason she's here, folks. She wants to start a channel. I don't want to speak for you. Speak for yourself. God, what am I doing? I'm such a freaking male. God damn it.
Stop mansplaining to me.
I'm totally mansplaining. Look at me. Misogynist. Totally. But yeah, you want to start your own channel, right? Then you want to see if you like it. So
yes,
what we do is we do live streams, and that's how we practice. For all those people who say that we don't reach out to smaller channels, no, we just don't reach out to yours. And the reason we don't reach out to yours is because we don't trust you. That's a message for a specific person, by the way, folks. A specific channel who's out there running a major false narrative. I'll reach out to anybody. I'll have anybody on the show unless I don't trust you and I see you as duplicitous. And that channel I do. Are you going to both days at Wales Comic Con? Says Talons of Wayne Chang. Yes, for £2. Yes, I am going to both days. All right. So if I missed any super chats, I'm sorry. I'm doing a super chat square up on Tuesday for Friday Night Tights. I do have to run. I have to see my mom and then get back in time for the Inquisition. So is there anything you'd like to plug, Starry Eyed Girl?
Yeah, I've just done another podcast with Dan from the Space Boat. That's Type 40. Doctor Who, so check it out if you can. That's about Spyfall Part 2.
Awesome. That is cool. And go to Nerdrotic Live and subscribe there. That's where this live stream will be once this is done. Everybody have a great day. And well, you know, I can't say it's almost over. We only have 6 episodes left. And then there'll be another 18-month break or 16-month break, and that'll be that.
Next week it's the Jadoon. Yay!
It's the Jadoon, and it's a 2-parter. First and last. No, Gary L., I may have been the first to screen capture Doctor Who at 0. Oh, at 0. Okay, I got you. Oh, cool. Good deal. Good for you. Well done. Is it still at 0? That's brilliant. As long as you got a screen capture, that's great. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, we need to look at that. Yeah.
We will report on that soon. Everybody, take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.